Hello and welcome to Talking Tech for your home-based business. We all know that our business runs much better and you can be way more productive when you use the right systems and tools. I'm Michelle Guinn and I'm here to not only show you some really cool tools, but also how to use them. The content in these videos are my own opinions, and while I don't pretend to know it all, I am really good at figuring things out. So let's go. Today we're going to be talking about Canva. We're continuing with our series, and so let's get rolling. Remember to like and share this video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you always have the latest and greatest information on the best tools and systems to use for your business. Now let's go ahead and get started. In the last couple of videos, I've been showing you how to use templates to create social media memes, to create videos, and I'm going to stay on this topic of creating social media posts, but instead of creating using the pre-provided memes, or the pre-provided templates in Canva, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do something from scratch, because it's important to know that as well, and sometimes you just don't like the designs that they've provided and you just want to do it yourself. So let's go ahead and show you how to do that. What I'm going to do, and what I typically do, is just to use the standard square post format, which is best given to me if I choose to use the Instagram post here. So I'm going to just get started with that. I'm going to choose Instagram post. And you see, when you choose that, it gives you a completely blank screen. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, I've shown you how to select a predetermined template or a pre-provided template, and then how to go ahead and make changes to those. Well, today we're going to go ahead and show you how to just start from scratch all yourself. So let me do an undo and remove that. Now, where do you start? Gosh, I don't know. I want to go ahead and show you how to do just a basic motivational quote, right, that you can post to your Facebook page, Instagram, social media account, wherever it is that you spend most of your time, wherever your clients are, because everybody needs a little motivation sometimes. So those are always super popular, and you can always go to Google and do a search and find, you know, motivational quotes, and they've got all these done for you quotes. But why do you want to reuse someone else's material that's probably been seen 1,000 times before, when you can go ahead and create it yourself? And it's just as simple as this. So what I want to start with is, I want to start with a photo. I've already got a quote pulled up that I'm going to use, and so I already have an idea of what it is that I want to focus on with my picture that I'm going to be using in the quote. So I want to see if I can find a photo that has to do with focus. So the way you do that is you click on your photos options, and again, and I've said this in the last couple of videos, I do use the paid version of Canva because I use it constantly, and it's well worth a small monthly fee. So some of the options that I show you here may not be available in the free version. So just be aware of that as you're following my videos and looking around. And actually, if you look as I hover over these pictures, the word pro does pop up. So I'm almost guaranteed to say that a lot of these pictures you would either have to pay a one-time use for, or go ahead and get the paid version of the monthly Canva. So let me go ahead, and I'm going to do a search. So you just click up here in the search field, and I want to search for a picture that has to do with focus. And so as you can see, there's many pictures that come up, so many to choose from. And be careful not to fall down in that time trap, that rabbit hole where you spend hours and hours looking for the perfect picture. There is no perfect thing. It's whatever suits you best and whatever you want to use and come across on your social media. So I'm going to just pick this one. I think it's cool, so it's all right. Now, some of these pictures don't fit in the square box that I've chosen. This is the Instagram square box, and that's okay. So you have two options. You can either create it like this, use the original dimensions of the picture, or you can stretch the picture out to fit in your square Instagram box. So the choice is yours, however you want to do that. And if this looks okay to you, that's fine to leave it. If by chance there's some element in the picture now that I've expanded it and blown it up that is now missing that I want to make sure that I keep, there's an easy way to do that. You just click the crop button and you can move the picture side to side, up or down, however you want to have it, so that you make sure that you have those elements that you want to maintain in the picture. Or if, for example, I want to leave a little bit more space on one side or another so that I can put my motivational quote, I may decide to go ahead and just move it over a bit so I have room on my picture to put those words. So I'm going to leave this here and do that. Now my next step in this is to add an text. So we click over here on the left hand side out of our elements and we're going to click the text box. Now you can choose to use pre-formatted text, which is great because, again, if you're not so creative or you like to use things that kind of give you ideas, you can do that and just go ahead and select one of these text items. Just by clicking on it, it'll put it right here in your picture. You can click on the box here to move it around wherever you want it to go, and then fill in whatever text you want to add to it at this point. Now, when you add text like this, if you click on each text item, see how it provides a solid blue line around it? So what this tells me is this is actually 4 separate text items in this one box, and it's grouped together. And if you want to delete one of these, say you don't want to use all 4 lines, you can certainly do that. You just click on that particular text option and you right click and hit delete, or you can use your delete button on your keyboard and it's that simple to remove it. The other option is if, say, you want to move these words up a little bit closer or move them around to different places, the way to do that is you need to ungroup this text. So up here in the upper right corner is the ungroup button. Now if you click away from it and click back on, now all of these are individual pieces and you can move and put them wherever it is you want to put them on the picture. Now I'm going to delete this because I don't want these extra lines, and I'm going to go ahead and just add my quote, my motivational quote. So the key to success is to focus on goals, not obstacles. All right. So as you can see, as I typed this, it moved it all up, it moved it off my picture. No worries. We're just going to move it down. Now I could leave it like this. I could expand it so it's wider rather than taller. Do that. I can move it up. Now it's still covering my picture a bit. It's okay. You can leave it that way. If you don't like it that way, you can slide it back. Now I do this rather quickly and sometimes I forget that I'm giving instruction. So in order to make this box thinner or wider, when you hover over this line here on the side, you see how my cursor turns to a double arrow, and just click it and grab it and move it. Okay, so this font is cool, and if I don't like it, I can again change it just by clicking the font list up here and choosing different fonts that are available to me in the list. If I want a specific type of font, say a script or a pop, I can do that. and it'll give me those options. So whichever font you like. I kind of liked that first one, so I'm going to undo those changes that I just made by clicking the undo button and putting it back to the original font. I can change the colors. If I wanted it to match on the picture, I can do that. No, it's too dark, obviously. I'm going to leave it to white this time. Now another thing that you can do is, let's say your picture is very detailed. So it really hides the words that you're trying to make, and I'm just out of making a point here, I'm going to put it there. Now obviously you can't read these words. So what I can do is I can add a layered element, and I can add a box under that. And what that's going to do is it's going to make my words stand out. So I clicked the box item over there on the shapes. It added it to my picture. Now what? Now my words are gone. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit position, and we're going to click backwards. Now that brings my words to the front. Now you're going to say, well, Michelle, that's fine, but now you've covered up most of your picture. Okay, yeah, I did that. So let's try this. What if we made this box a little bit transparent? So if we do that, now we've got our words and our box, and it's over the picture, but it's allowed our words to stand out a little bit more, but you can still see some of the picture behind it. So this transparent feature is actually pretty cool. So I'm going to move this back over to the side. Now here's what happens. We talked about grouping, and this is why you want to use grouping. So when I move this now my box doesn't follow with it. However, if I click on my words and my box, and by doing that I'm holding the shift key down, that allows me to click on both items at the same time. So let me show that again. So I'm clicking once, I hold my shift key down, and I click again, and now I've got the box and the words, and they're going to stay together, and I'm going to click group up here. Now when I click it and move it, now they move together. So now they're one unit. It also holds true if I want to resize it, make it larger, smaller, and it keeps that box and that text as one group, one unit. So whatever I do to it, it stays together. Now again, if I don't want it grouped, I can hit the ungroup button, and it allows me, I'm going to click off of it and click back on, it allows me to move these things individually. Now if you see these purple lines and boxes pop up as I'm moving things around, those are your lines to tell you what you're either centered with or in line with. So as you can see, when I do it with the box, with the cross, the purple cross there tells me that I'm centered in the box, up and down and left to right. If I were to move it this way, now the solid purple line tells me that I'm centered on the picture. And then if I move it down, it tells me I'm centered completely on the picture. So use these purple lines as guides to show you where you want to place your items on your picture. Alright, so this is a simple meme, right? So this is something that I could post on my social media. Now there's one more thing that's pretty important that you want to do when you're posting original content like this. First of all, if you have the author of the quote, I would definitely recommend to put that here on your picture. And I would also recommend to put your own branding on the picture, whether that be a logo or just simply your name, the name of your Facebook page, the name of your Instagram page, and add that here. So I actually already have my logo uploaded to Canva, and in order to do that, if you don't yet, you would just click on the uploads. So this is all media that you yourself have added in order to use in your designs. So I'm going to use my logo, my Talking Tech logo, because it's what goes on, and I actually did create this logo here in Canva, and I can do another video to show you how I did that. And I'm going to just add this to the bottom of my quote, and I'm going to make it a little bit transparent just so it doesn't overpower what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to do that there. So now I've got my meme with the picture, with the inspirational quote I want to add, and it's got my logo on it. Now, how simple is that? This is something anybody can do anytime, any day, and it's really looks so professional, and it's going to just really make that attraction to your clients in your social media accounts. Now up here is the name of your file, so you can name it whatever you want to, and this can be changed to say whatever you want to call it so you can remember what it was. Don't forget, in Canva, you don't have to save your designs. So anytime you make a change, it's going to automatically save. And this is important to remember. So if you go into a design that you've worked on before and make some changes to it, it's going to save that. So my recommendation to you is to make a copy of that design so you have the original saved, and then go into the copy and start making changes, moving things around. Okay, so this is the design. I'm going to download it. You just simply click download. You're going to get two basic picture file types. One is the JPG file, or JPEG as I call it, and the PNG file. The PNG is going to give you the highest quality image, so I recommend leaving it on that default setting. Transparent background, again, we have not talked about this, so leave that be. Don't mess with the compressed file, you don't need that. And we're going to hit download, and the picture is going to download to whichever is your default setting for your downloaded files. Alright, so that's what I have to cover today. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any future tutorials or awesome small business tools that I'm going to be showing you in the future. Alright, and have a fantastic day.